What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I am still doing the crap, this is loud. The truth is spreads for all the signs. I'm on the water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. This Zen Life Relax channel on YouTube. This video is for destroying unconscious blockages and fear, because it's time to do an energy cleanse, because we have some shit that is old and it's blocking, like either you guys do it or someone you're dealing with, because sometimes we don't really know what our subconscious holds on to. Maybe we don't recognize the things that we still need to get rid of, and I feel like we do. Some of us have fear, but at the same time, so does this person you're dealing with, perhaps because somebody has been through a lot of shit, and they're just like, the reason that we have subconscious blocks to begin with is because we've been through something really fucking traumatic, and it's kind of like your body's way of like painting over something and kind of like pushing it back and putting your focus on something else. But it's like it's always been there, but it's like you forgot, maybe because your brain kind of makes you forget that stuff in a way, and then at the end of the day we're still storing it, and it's like we're wondering why we're completing these same fucking cycles. Why are we doing the same thing over and over? Like, why is the last 4 people in my life been the same? And in reality, it's unresolved trauma or things we need to release. So most people know what is considered trauma for them growing up, abuse, emotional abuse, but I think it's just like when it comes down to love for some of us, man, it's just like we weren't loved by the right people ever. We were treated horribly. And so we grew up with this fucked up, like, look on it. But at the same time, I feel like I've always had like this fantasy where I would have the Prince Charming and it would be like super happy. And it's like, as I get older, I know that that's not really true, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want to give up the idea that 2 people can come together regardless of where you've been and be happy and just live life together, and be how 2 people are supposed to be together. And it's just like in a healthy way, though, not like obsessive and whatever other crazy codependent shit. Like, I don't want it to be like that. I want this person to be free to do what they want to do, but it's like like make it clear, you know like, this is important to me, like you're important to me, like, it's like boundaries, or being able to trust that this person respects your boundaries, or that they're not entertaining other people, because the insecurities that come with that is like, it's horrible. And me at the age I'm at, I don't want to be that crazy, because I've been that crazy, and I have done some crazy things. But it's just like the whole point was that my trust was broken because there were other people. There was just dumb shit being done because people couldn't be honest. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I would much rather find out, or have you tell me, and just like be on my way. I'm probably going to be upset about it, but at the same time, I've came to this place where it's like, we shouldn't have to fight for people's attention. We shouldn't have to fight for a relationship, or scream and cry and yell and be obsessive and call constantly and check on where they're at, or like, that's not how love was supposed to be in this life. And we kind of ruined that, and we stayed in these situations because we put a lot of time in. Some of us live together, some of us have kids together, some of us thought we could work it out because that's what you're supposed to do when you're loyal, or for whatever reason. It's just like we've stayed with these people, and I just like, I don't think that these people were meant to stay in our lives that long, but we never really were taught how to be okay with understanding that people aren't meant to be in your life forever, you know? Some people are only there for a season and we're holding on to them much longer and wondering why we're in toxic situations. Because Buddy wasn't supposed to be there. You were supposed to learn 4 years ago that this isn't good, you know? But I just kept ramming my head in that wall and I was like, you know, I got this. I'm going to get up. The biggest thing that I can say of everything that I've been through, and I'm not going to even blame either side because I'm not perfect. You know, I've done my share of things too, but it's like I was forced to be standing in front of me, like seeing everything for what it was, but then coming out thankful that I was given that experience, because if I didn't learn to see how I was like really treating myself or letting other people treat me, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I will forever be thankful for that. And maybe that's just what it's about, is coming to that peace where it's like, yeah, I'm kind of upset that we didn't work out, or that you didn't try, or that you were talking to other people and it was like you never made a decision and you never basically, you know, so all the girl wants is be like, I want to be with you, like you're the one I want, you know, but it's never really like that. It's just complicated and people don't want to be in relationships, and it's just like it's hard for me to be in this generation because I I want to know that this person's mine, you know. I don't want them to control them and put labels and wear rings and matching outfits, but I want to know that you're my person, because I don't want you with this person, you know what I mean? Or unless you guys like sharing, I don't know, it's just fucking complicated, you know? But I can just come to this piece where it's like, if I really liked you and you kept choosing other people and you're still not ready, I mean, I can't be mad about that. I have to respect that, you know, because if this person was for me, I wouldn't have to sit here and wonder how he feels or where I stand, because it was pretty much already made clear, but I didn't want to see it, you know? It's like, damn it. People just need the validation sometimes, like, you are who I want to be with, you know, but I'm not ready. I think sex complicates the fuck out of everything, but it's like, it's either you are in a situation where there's sex and other people, or maybe it's just you guys, but there's no label, there's no relationship, and it's casual. I'm just like, it's also confusing to me, and I don't like it. Water signs, we catch feelings, we have feelings, we are feelings. We have some deep ass shit going on, and we can feel other people's emotions. We have the ability to feel other people's pain, to sympathize, empathize with what they've been through, because all it takes is one person to open their mind and look a little bit deeper at this person that's pouring their heart out to you for no reason, because that happens all the time, and know that they're being listened to or validated or understood. And that would solve so many problems in this life if people took the time to sit down and say, look, I don't fucking know what I want right now. I know that I have this going on and this going on, and when I'm with you, I want to be with you, but I don't know how to do that, and blah blah blah, whatever else comes to your mind. But it's just like, don't let someone in your life that you truly care about, as a friend, lover, best friend, family, whatever you want to call it, but don't let them sit in this confusion and walk away from you, and you both are sitting here sad about it because you don't want to open your mouth and speak your truth. What are you losing by telling someone the truth and not keeping it to yourself? People need to speak up some more, and even if your voice shakes, it's hard for people to talk about their emotions, but keeping on this cycle of never talking about it and assuming people know, and keeping everything to yourself, and being confused and never making a decision, and sleeping around with all these people, and just like, it's really messy. And I don't think that's what people intend to do, but you don't know what you want, so you're using people and you're looking for what you want, but you're also involving yourself with a lot of people that you have no intention of being with, and somewhere along the line a lot of people get hurt, and it's a lot of mixed feelings, it's a lot of emotions, and some of us just can't take that anymore, you know? I would much rather know that you're not for me. I want something different from what you want, and with respect, let you go on your way, and pray for you, you know, hope that you find it instead of being mad about it, because I don't want to fight for anyone anymore. I think it's time that we take the time out to fight for ourselves, to take care of ourselves, and know that it's okay to admit to the fact that you have a sex addiction and you sleep with a lot of women, you pretend that you like them to get money, but in reality you don't want to be with them. You have no idea what you want because you're searching for something that's inside of yourself and not in another person. We have this vision of love on TV that two people come together and they're complete. No, we're complete on our own. But when two people come together as a whole, then that's, you know, unconditional love, a healthy relationship. But we're not meant to be in relationships when we're broken. We're not meant to project our pain on people because we've been hurt and we don't trust anyone, but we're still sleeping with them. And it's crazy the things that we drag along and the things that we project on people and the things that we involve ourselves in. And to me, sex is a big deal. I don't really like to, and I'm not going to get into like the whole soul thing. Soul ties are a very real thing, though. I would recommend looking into it, but now I understand why it was in the Bible where, you know, it's supposed to be this sacred thing, because somewhere along the lines, like, we turned love into another word for pleasure. Like, it's fleeting, it's not long lasting, and it feels good in the moment, you know, but it's not really love. And some people can disassociate themselves and do it for themselves, and we are thinking it's a bond, it's a connection, and it's a release for them that is never really satisfied, but it is in the moment. And some people can't stop because they're doing this to release something that is way deeper than anybody knows about. But the reason why they keep having to do it and keep going to person is because this is a really big wound that they have to continuously try to cover up and make better. Somewhere along the lines, people get hurt, people get pregnant, and none of them are considered someone that you need. And I don't think that everything is done intentionally. I do think that some people don't honestly consider other people's feelings. They're not thinking about other people, they're thinking about themselves, and that's what matters in that moment, is that they are getting what they want. And then you're gonna go home and they're gonna do it again, probably, or they'll have someone else, and not really holding yourself accountable for the people that you make cry because they have feelings for you and you don't even know what that means. You don't associate feelings with sex, you associate releasing this pain onto someone you don't even know. Projecting horrible things on people, and I don't think that you even know the amount of... We have to think about the things that we're doing and think about the pleasure seekers, thinking about things that are fleeting, thinking about the thrill of the chase, because we're searching for something to make us feel a rush of adrenaline to make you, is it because you feel alive or a release of something, but not realizing that these are temporary, that there's no way to feel fulfilled or satisfied in this scenario unless you completely drain the fuck out of the person that you're with. Or you get bored with them because you realize that they're not doing what you need them to do after a few days because that pleasure is gone. And it's because you sucked it out of them already in a fast rate and you're just like bored now. Like, I don't know. You know, energy is real, and a lot of good people are taken advantage of. A lot of good people are getting drained. And some of you should know that some people know that you're draining their energy and they still try to help you. You know, when they walk in the room and they can shift the energy and get rid of your anxiety and make you feel at peace. That some of us can take on that energy for you, but we shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be projecting your anger and pain on someone who simply wants to come into your life to help you. Just be your friend or try to comfort you or want to spend time with you because they like you and you don't like them, but you will call them when you're in a fight with someone else maybe, or you used all the rest of your resources that day, or you got bored with them. I want you to hold yourself accountable for the fact that these people were sent to you to help you. And you know that, and you know who they are, and you know what they're supposed to do, you know what you're supposed to do, and you still continue to do it. Because it's about you, right? Your thoughts, your needs, your desires that are being fulfilled for a second, and then the pain comes back. You're not going to be sent people to use and dispose of. And I think that it's important for you to know that you have disrespected a lot of spiritual people, angels. You've disrespected angels that are innocent souls because your ego is in such a low vibration that you have to stay in to feel this pleasure. Disrespected the wrong people, and you don't deserve them, and you need to apologize to some of them. When you fuck with a pure soul, the things that are coming for you are not pretty. And I believe that some of you guys have been warned. You have people that have tried to help you, but you're staying in this energy for what? Because your mind and your ego and that demon attached to the brainstem of you tells you that you don't need these people and you don't care about them, and they're controlling your thoughts and they're making it all about you. That you forget that the person sitting there with you, or you're spending time with, or you're driving their car, or you're spending their money, is not someone that you should be doing that to, and that it's wrong and it's disrespectful. But you convince yourself, or your demons convince you, that it's okay because you're gonna make some money and, you know, go eat some dinner and have some sex and watch the Wheel of Fortune, so everything's good, right? Some of you have completely turned away from who you are. And I don't think it was your fault in the beginning, because whatever happened to you as a child that made you be masochistic or whatever you want to call this, wasn't your fault. But how you treated people after that is, and how you continue to treat people now is, because you're hurting so much. You just want that release, and then you wonder why you're not satisfied with this person anymore, because they're not giving you that release that you need, but you're the one who needs to look in the mirror, tell those demons to go somewhere, that they hold no power over you anymore, and that you are going to take your spot where you're supposed to be. And you want to forgive your parents, I believe, or whoever did things to you that were horrible. And stop treating people like shit, because there is no excuse. You're not even really good at lying. You fumble over your words, and some of the people that you use have some severe mental issues, so it makes me wonder your mental issues. Or if someone committed suicide because you use them, would you feel better about yourself? It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but you're almost completely fully taken over. So are you going to submit, or are you going to remember that this whole plot and scheme that has started, they almost won. You're letting them win at this point, because you don't want to face yourself. You don't want to deal with your pain. You don't want to admit that you are a fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry. That you need to take responsibility for your actions and your continuous transfer of energy. And how many people are walking around with your pain right now? Does it matter to you? No. Do you think about the people that have done nothing to you and simply have been put in your life to help you by your guides and your angels, and you still treat them like shit? And they transfer all your energy for you. They still send you joy and peace and understanding. No matter how much you spit out ugly, hateful things, that you judge them, say things to try to get under their skin, and they still send you love. They show up again to your house and it starts all over, and they don't ever say anything. And they know. They know what you went through. They know your purpose. They know what you're doing. They know why. And it's sad for them, because you don't know who you are. And you've hurt a lot of people. And it's time to take some responsibility for that. No, it wasn't right what happened to you as a child, but it's not any better to continue this cycle of hurting other people for no reason, especially the ones that have helped you for no reason. I think it's time to be honest with the few people in your life about your addictions and the fact that you don't want a relationship with them and you don't like them, and maybe stop sleeping with people in exchange for their help, and be honest and have some integrity and respect for yourself and other people. Say I'm sorry a few times to people in your life. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell your guides you're ready to listen. Tell your angels you're ready for their help. Or you can completely submit to what you're doing right now and live in misery the rest of your life. Because you're at that point, and I feel like you have been warned and you don't want to listen because you don't want to face it. And I understand, but at the same time, I'm angry and I'm frustrated. Because you still made a choice to continue to be this way. And you overlooked a lot of good people, and you've used some people that you knew would work out in your favor, and I think it's wrong, and I think that it's time to do something different with your life. You cannot claim spirituality and act like this, because you are the furthest thing, regardless of how your ego tells you you are, and regardless of who you tell yourself you are. Evil has no place. Pride has no place. Hate, jealousy, judgment, envy, fear, destruction, possession, obsession. Those are not words that we would use for spirituality. Those are words we would use for ego and self. And no matter what you've done, you still have favor by a lot of people that want to see you do better for yourself, because they know who you are, and they want to see you rise up from this and take your place, but they also are aware of everything else, and it's hard for some people to accept the fact that you might not choose the right path, and you should. Because you deserve to be the person you were meant to be, and there are people that deserve to be with someone who truly loves them and not someone who uses them, because you're literally passing on and projecting and continuing a cycle you never wanted to be in to begin with. And people don't have to carry your pain for you and do these things and take these insults and this judgment from you, and you have no idea who these people are. But you tell yourself they're not good enough and that they're disgusting, and you're bored and annoyed and irritated. But those are the thoughts about yourself. And that's very clear to see. I wish you joy and happiness and security and peace and understanding, patience, kindness, faith, self-control, love. You deserve love, and so do other people, and I'm sorry that whoever did this to you put you in a place where you would rather live with the demons than release it, because you don't know how. You've had them so long, you're so used to it, you are stuck in this, and you have no idea what it's doing to you, or any idea what it does to people around you. You never thought about them. You weren't thinking about them. You're thinking about yourself. You've hurt some good people, and most of all, you've hurt yourself. And my wish for you is that you remember that somewhere deep down inside of you, you were a good person, and you didn't come here with fear or doubt or worry or anxiety or pain or sorrow or regret or betrayal or panic. shame. Those aren't things you have to carry anymore. Those are illusions. It's time to let this go. And be free and figure out what it is that makes you happy. But forgiveness is huge here, and so is acceptance and responsibility. And I hope that you find that in whoever, and in your future. I wish that when you look back on these things in your life and you do decide to go in the right direction, that you remember what it's like to be on the other side of this. Because I have a feeling when karma comes back around, you're going to have to feel the way that you've made other people feel. But I think that it's going to help you to not do it ever again to anybody else, because now you're going to figure out how bad this is. And I don't think that you did it completely on purpose, but after a while you made the choice, because a decision made more than once is a choice. A lack of a decision is also a decision. Mind games and manipulation, and that's a choice after a while. The mind is a very scary place when it's overtaken by the wrong things. But that's not who you are. And you don't have to stay in there. You have to get out of there. And you can free yourself from this, and you can get rid of this. But you have to be the one to take the initiative to do that. And I hope that you do. And I wish you peace and love and whatever else you want in this life. Freedom. And I hope that you find that in yourself. And I hope you find that in whoever it is that you want to be with. Or I hope that you're satisfied with somebody. And if you are, you wake up and you tell this person that you love them before they're not here anymore. Because that's happened. And you will regret that for the rest of your life. That regret that you have of what wasn't said or done should be enough for you to not do that again. You know what I mean? But maybe you don't remember and you haven't felt it yet, but you will, and you're not gonna like how that feels. You're not gonna like to feel any of this, but rip the band-aid off. Face it in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and face it, because it's time for you to do this. It's time.